Hi friends, today we are going to deal with the third application of Gauss's theorem, that is the electric field due to a uniformly charged thin spherical shell. So just imagine a spherical shell, that is a very thin spherical shell inside the sphere and at the surface of the sphere. So first we consider what is the electric field intensity at the outside point of this one. So just imagine a point P that is outside. If you consider a point P outside, we should consider including that point P a closed surface, because we are going to apply the Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem can be used only for the closed surface. So just imagine outside a Gaussian surface and inside. So including this point P, just imagine at the what is the area vector. While we are using area vector concept in Gauss theorem, it will be always outward and normal. Outward normal. So this is the direction of area vector. Say it as delta S. Now, due to these charges distributed on the spherical body, an electric field will be there at the point P. What is the direction of that electric field? That will be also in the same direction of delta S. So electric field as well as delta S both are in the same direction, because outward normal. Positive charge, electric field will be outward, and area vector will be outward normal. So you can see here both are in the same direction. Now apply the Gauss's theorem. What is the Gauss theorem we are talking about? Flex phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. And use the flex formula phi. I can use here delta phi, because we are going to find the flex through the point P. It's a small area we have taken. Delta phi is equal to, what is the formula? E dot delta S. Here once again E and delta S, the angle is theta equal to 0. So delta phi is equal to E into delta S. E into delta S. Imagine, see the picture here. We have taken a small area P. If you want to find the total flex, what we have to do there? We have to do the summation. We have to do the summation. So do the summation. The equation become, left hand side become total flex phi, which is equal to summation. You can take the E outside and summation of delta S. So small area, and what is the total area now? A spherical shape. So what is the total area equation become? It become 4 pi r square. So see this equation become now here. Phi is equal to E into 4 pi r square. See the equation number 1, Gauss theorem, and here the flex formula. Substitute in this equation, left hand sides are equal. So you can write here electric field E into 4 pi r square, which is equal to Q divided by epsilon 0. Q divided by epsilon 0. So what is electric field? E is equal to, E is equal to, if you take the 4 pi r square to the right side, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by r square. So what is electric field outside now? Here I am used here the area of this Gaussian surface is a spherical one. E into 4 pi r square. Just imagine this is a E into, okay, don't be confused, E into 4 pi r square, which is equal to Q by epsilon 0. So what is electric field equation we got now? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by r square. Q divided by r square. Now in this equation we can substitute here for Q. What is Q here? Q is the total charge. Q is the total charge. What is the total charge here? The total charge is distributed on a surface. On a surface. So we can use the term here surface charge density sigma is equal to charge per area. Surface charge here, don't be confused here. The charges are distributed on the surface only. Even though it is a spherical shape, it is inside nothing is the only surface it is distributed. So I can substitute here for Q is equal to sigma A. So what is the formula become now here? E is equal to, equation number 3 can be written as E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Instead of Q, you can write the sigma A divided by R square. Now what is this A represents here? A represents here area of the sphere where the charges are distributed. Total charge is distributed on a sphere. Here this is a thick sphere, thick line. You can see here this is the charges are distributed. So instead of A, what is the area of that sphere? Area of that sphere is equal to, what? 4 pi capital letter R square. 4 pi capital letter R square. So what is equation become? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma into 4 pi capital letter R square divided by small r square. 4 pi cancel. So what is electric field equation? E is equal to sigma divided by epsilon 0. Sigma divided by epsilon 0 into capital letter R square divided by small r square. Okay, this is electric field due to uniformly charged thin spherical shell were outside this sphere. So definitely you should consider here the entire charge of the shell is concentrated at the center. Just imagine, even though the charges are distributed on the shell, we should consider here the entire charge is actually concentrated at the center of the sphere. So this is the first case in this application. Now we have taken here outside point. Now we are going to find the inside point. Now you take the point which is inside the shell. If you take the point inside the shell, see the picture here. Say this is the point I am taking here and take it as a Q. And here the radius is taken as again small letter r. Take it as small letter r or r dash, whatever it is. So what is the total electric field at the point Q? So by using Gauss's theorem, phi is equal to Q by epsilon 0. That means what is Gauss's theorem is talking about? Gauss's theorem is talking about flux is the 1 by epsilon 0 times the total charge enclosed. You see the inside the Gaussian surface. Is there any charge is enclosed? No, because the charges are distributed on our actual surface. See this is a surface. The surface is outside of this Gaussian surface. So there is no charges enclosed in the Gaussian surface. So Q is equal to 0 for the second surface. So this is the second Gaussian surface. So what is the flux is equal to? Flux is equal to 0. If flux is equal to 0, formula phi is equal to E dot A vector. If flux is equal to 0, what is the electric field here? Electric field is equal to 0. So what we have concluded here? Charges are distributed on the surface. Outside there is an electric field is there. And that formula we have learned now. Sigma divided by epsilon 0 into capital letter R square divided by small r square. But here inside there is no charges enclosed, so there is no flux. So we have already learned this conclusion before. So there is no flux. So E is equal to 0 inside. Okay. Now let's take the point exactly at the surface. Take the point at the surface. So from the center to this point, take it as small r. The radius is small r. But here we have already taken here Radius is equal to capital letter R for the charged spherical shell. So once again use the formula here, flex phi is equal to Q by epsilon 0. At the same time flex phi is equal to E into area. I'm not writing once again E dot delta S. We have already written that one. Electric field and delta S are in the same direction. Theta equals 0. So phi is equal to what? E. So I can write this equation as, see this one, first equation number 1, and this is the equation number 2. Left hand sides are equal, so we can write the E into area is equal to Q by epsilon 0. That is, E into area is equal to, what is Q is equal to? Total charge on the surface. That is, we have already written the sigma A divided by epsilon 0. This is also A, and here also we have taken the total area. So again right here A will cancel. So what is electric field here? Electric field exactly at the surface. E is equal to sigma divided by epsilon 0. E is equal here variation of electric field with distance. Going to draw a graph here. So now to find the electric field, the variation of electric field with distance. You see this one? From the center, inside electric field is 0. At the surface, electric field is there. Outside the surface, electric field is there. If you increase this distance r, what will happen naturally? Electric field keep on decreasing. So we have three formulas here. Which are the three formulas? Alright. Outside, E is equal to sigma divided by epsilon 0, capital letter R square divided by small r square. So I can write here E is inversely proportional to r square. Now at the surface, electric field is maximum, sigma divided by epsilon 0. It is maximum constantly. Now inside, electric field is equal to 0. Just draw the graph. So this is the one. Before drawing a graph, let me draw this same diagram here. This is the charges are distributed on this surface. This is just to identify this one. So I'm just drawing the graph here. Graph connecting electric field and distance. So this is the R and this is the electric field. Alright. So from the center we are starting. So this is only for understanding. What is electric field exactly at the surface? At the surface, electric field is maximum, right? Surface it is maximum, so I can say here electric field is maximum at the surface. So just see this one, electric field is maximum at the surface. Now if you come to this point, that is inside, what is electric field? It is 0. So here everywhere electric field is 0. So only this point electric field is maximum. Now you just consider this radius r is keep on increasing. So if it is increasing, you can see here it is inversely proportional to r square. So it will decreases. Electric field keep on decreases. You see this graph here. So this is the graph connecting electric field and the radius. Radius means the distance. So inside it is 0. So here nothing is there. So everywhere it is 0. Is at the surface. So this is the maximum at the surface. So you can see here the graph is this one. It is keep on decreasing. Here E is maximum. Here E is inversely proportional to r square. Here everywhere E is equal to 0. Inside it is equal to 0. At the surface maximum. The surface it is maximum. Now from the surface outside, it is inversely proportional to r square. So this is the variation of electric field with the distance. I hope you understand this one. Thank you.